Hello students, this is lecture number 3 on dual nature of radiation. In previous lecture I explained radiation force and pressure due to normal incidence on perfect reflecting surface and perfect absorbing surface and also the partial reflection and absorption. So we have discussed 3 cases for radiation force and pressure in previous class. Let me write those formulae again here. So this is the perfect absorber like black body. If the radiation is allowed to incident perpendicular to its surface, its intensity is I, this surface area is A, then the radiation force act on this surface in this direction. This force will be downward direction. It is equal to IA by C. IA by C is the radiation force on this surface of the black body due to this normal radiation incident. So, and the radiation pressure is F by A. This is equal to I by C. Radiation pressure on surface of the black body due to normal incidence. If it is the perfect reflector, for perfect reflector, the same radiation with intensity I and surface area A. Now the force on this surface of the reflector, which is also acts downward direction on this surface, that is 2IA by C, and radiation pressure is F by A, it gives 2I by C. That is the radiation pressure on perfect reflecting surface. So if you have another type of body, practically most of the bodies are neither be perfect reflectors nor be perfect absorbers. But if it is the surface which absorbs radiation partly, like this. So some part of this is absorbed and remaining. Absorption coefficient of this is A, that is less than 1, and reflection coefficient also less than 1, R. In this case, the radiation force acts down in this direction. The radiation force on this surface is IA by C of A plus 2R. We derived that, and this is the third case. And radiation pressure on this surface is, write this A this side, I by C of A plus 2R. Clear? For black body, A equal to 1, R equal to 0, you will get this. For perfect reflector, R equal to 1, A equal to 0, you will have these two. Clear? A is the absorption coefficient, R is the coefficient of reflection. Now the same 3 cases for these 3 bodies, I am going to explain the force and radiation pressure due to oblique incidence. If radiation strikes on these 3 surfaces slantly, radiation force and pressure now. Now the radiation force or pressure due to oblique incidence. Let us discuss first for black body. For black body or perfect absorber, if it is the perfect absorber and this is the incident radiation, it strikes this surface slantly, and this direction of incident radiation is making theta angle with this normal to this surface of this perfect absorber. If intensity of this radiation is I and wavelength is lambda, then for this oblique incidence, intensity already we have studied or we have learned in first lecture itself. What is the intensity of radiation for this oblique incidence? The radiation power by A cos theta. This is equal to radiation power Ia cos theta. What is P? It is the amount of radiation which the amount of energy of radiation which strikes this surface per unit time. The radiation energy which is incident on this surface per unit time is the radiation power. This is, you can write NHC by lambda T. This NHC by lambda is energy per unit time. This is equal to Ia cos theta. This is the relation number 1. That is the relation 1. But here our intention is to write equation for that force on this black body due to this radiation. So to know the force, we should know the transfer of the momentum by these photons to this surface. The rate of transfer of momentum to this surface per unit time is force. To know the rate of transfer of momentum, first initial momentum of each photon before striking this surface is h by lambda. If n photons strikes in this interval of time t, then the total momentum, initial momentum of n number of photons, nh by lambda. That is the, what is the direction of that momentum? This direction of the propagation of radiation in this direction. Final momentum, those photons get absorbed by this, so their final momentum is 0. Photons get absorbed by this surface, no final momentum. Now the rate of change of momentum is what? Force, delta P by delta T. The difference of these two gives what? NH by lambda. Let us take the interval of time is T. This is the formula. What is the direction of force? In the direction of this direction of the radiation. This is the direction of force. Force will be slantly on this surface, not like this. It is acting slantly or in the direction of incident radiation. If it is theta, this is also theta. Now this force is from, you can see from this equation, from equation 1 you can write this force NH by lambda T. From this you can see, write this C this side, you will have Ia cos theta by C. That is the radiation force on this surface of black body due to oblique incidence. Ia cos theta by C. For normal incidence, theta is 0, then that force is in this direction, and that is Ia by C. But radiation pressure, but what is the radiation pressure? The normal force exerted on the surface per unit area is radiation pressure. Pressure is what? Normal force per unit area. But this force is not acting along the normal to this surface, acting slantly. So that is why we cannot take F by A directly as pressure. We should not take F by A as pressure. This force is not acting along the normal. So that is why let us resolve this force into components. The component of this force perpendicular to this surface or along this normal is F cos theta. This is the normal force or tangential force to this surface along this direction. Along this direction, that force is F cos theta. The component of force parallel to this. So I am writing those components here. The component of force parallel to this surface is F cos theta. What is F? This is F. That is the total force. This is the component only. Now that component along the direction of the surface of this black body, Ia cos square. This is of course, sorry, this is F sin theta. This is F sin theta. F sin theta, component of the force parallel to that. This is I, substitute this here. It gives Ia cos theta into sin theta by C. Clear? In case of normal incidence, theta is 0, so sine 0 is 0, this parallel force is 0. When this radiation is made to incident on the surface normally, theta is 0, that parallel component of force is 0. Now perpendicular component is this, that is F cos theta. F is this, that is the total force, IA cos square theta by C. This is the perpendicular component. For normal incidence, theta is 0, so you will have IA by C. Now pressure, the radiation pressure on this surface of the black body is equal to perpendicular force per unit area. Write this here, it gives I cos square theta by C. That is the radiation pressure on the surface of the black body in case of oblique incidence. Right? Now the second case, the radiation force and pressure on this perfect reflecting surface due to oblique incidence. This is the perfect reflector, reflection coefficient 1, absorption coefficient 0. This is the incident radiation, its momentum P1, its intensity is I, striking this surface with an angle theta and reflecting into the same medium with same angle. This is the normal. So its wavelength of this radiation lambda before and after reflection, that wavelength is same because traveling in the same medium. This is the direction of the initial radiation, and after reflection this is the direction of propagation of the radiation. The direction of initial momentum like this, final momentum is this. Now to know the force, we should write the equation for momentum of the photons. What is the momentum of this photon? For each photon is h by lambda. If n number of photons strikes, nh by lambda. Now this momentum direction along this direction perpendicular to this surface and parallel to the surface. This is theta, here also theta. The component of initial momentum of photons in this direction is nh by lambda cos theta, and in this direction nh by lambda sin theta. I think it is clear. I resolved the momentum of n photons before hitting the surface, and this is also nh by lambda final momentum after reflection. Now making the same angle theta with this normal or vertical. Now its momentum in this direction is nh by lambda cos theta. In this direction nh by lambda sin theta. You can see along this direction parallel to this surface, this are same in magnitude as well as same in direction. Same direction, same magnitude. So the change in momentum of photons parallel to this surface, is 0. No change in momentum. You can look at these two components clearly. Observe these two. Carefully you can see this. These two are with same magnitude direction. So no change in momentum parallel to the surface, but perpendicular to its surface. But magnitude is same, but whereas before hitting this it is down, and after the reflection upward. Means if it is negative, this is positive. The difference gives, let us take this as minus. The difference of these two, final momentum minus initial momentum, gives 2nh by lambda cos theta. That is the change in momentum of photons perpendicular to this surface of reflector. Clear? Now after getting this, now force, radiation force. What is the direction of change in momentum? It is in the direction of perpendicular to this surface. So that is why force on this surface will be perpendicular to this surface. That force I want here. The force will be in this direction. No force in this direction because no change in momentum parallel to this surface. Only change in momentum is taking place perpendicular to this reflecting surface. So that is why the force on this surface due to this reflection of radiation is perpendicular to its surface downward direction. That force F is equal to the change in momentum along this perpendicular direction per unit time. So if this is given by, so 2nh by lambda cos theta, this let us take the time interval as a t. That is the equation, but I would like to write that equation in terms of intensity. But as we discussed, the intensity of radiation in this case is the radiation power by A cos theta. So radiation power is equal to IA cos theta. So it gives this radiation power is NHC by lambda T equal to IA cos theta. So from this you can write NH by lambda T is equal to IA cos theta by C. This is relation number 2, this is 1. So required is this, NH by lambda T is this. You can substitute this here. The equation becomes, the force equation is F equal to 2 times of IA, this IA cos theta and this cos theta becomes IA cos square theta by C. This is the force. It acts along the normal. So no parallel force. The force parallel to the surface is 0. This is the normal force. The force acting on this perpendicular to its surface is this. So pressure, radiation pressure. Pressure is what? Normal force per unit area. Write this area this side. So it gives 2IA cos square theta by C. That is the radiation pressure. If theta is 0 for normal incidence, you will have the previous equation which we already derived, 2I by C, here 2IA by C for normal incidence. Clear? Now third case, radiation force and pressure due to oblique incidence on this surface whose absorption coefficient and reflection coefficients are less than 1. Means this surface cannot absorb or reflect the radiation completely, partial absorption and reflection. So this is the incident radiation, its intensity I. The direction of incident radiation is this, making theta angle with the normal. Some part gets reflected, that reflected part intensity is IR and other remaining part is absorbed by this, that is IA. So as we discussed this A and R, A equal to IA by I. That the intensity of radiation absorbed is the total radiation intensity I into small a. Right? That small r. Reflection coefficient is equal to IR by I. So IR is equal to I into R. This is the coefficient of reflection, coefficient of absorption. Right? Now, so when that some part of this gets absorbed, the direction of force on this surface due to absorption, the force on this surface due to absorption is in the direction of propagation of this incident radiation. Indirectly I am saying the direction of force on this surface due to absorption is this. What is the formula for the force due to, the net force due to this absorption part on this surface is I A cos theta, capital A surface area cos theta by C. But what is the I here? This I is intensity of radiation absorbed, IA. But what is IA? You can write that as I small a absorption coefficient into capital A cos theta by C. That is the force on that reflecting surface due to absorption of the radiation. Because of the absorption, the force on this surface in this direction is I, that radiation intensity, A, absorption coefficient of this material, and surface area capital A, theta, this angle by C. That is due to absorption of the radiation. Due to reflection, just now we have discussed, during the reflection there will be force on this surface along this direction. It acts perpendicular to its surface. What is that? Just now we have derived 2I A cos square theta by C. But what is I? That radiation intensity which get reflected, IR. But what is IR? You can see the intensity of radiation incident into absorption coefficient R. So it gives the 2 times of I into coefficient of reflection A cos square theta by C. So this is the force on that surface due to reflection. This is due to absorption. Net force means you can take the resultant of two forces. Angle between these two is theta. But instead of writing net force first, I will write the pressure first. Pressure means what? Normal force. So here this is acting along the direction of the normal only, but this is not acting along the direction of the normal. So that is why let us resolve this FA into components. So this is acting slantly. This is acting exactly along the normal. No need to resolve this FR. But resolve this FA. Component of this force in this direction is FA cos theta. In this direction is this component FA sin theta. These are the components of this force due to absorption. You can see here for this radiation pressure. Radiation pressure means normal force acting on this surface per unit area. But what is that normal force here? Combination of these two. First I will write the parallel force to this. What is the parallel force to that surface? Only this. Parallel force is FA sin theta. What is FA? This one. Write this here. You will have intensity of radiation I, A, capital A, cos theta into sin theta by C. That is the force acting on this parallel to this surface due to both absorption and reflection. Right? That is the parallel force acting along this direction. Now, perpendicular force. Perpendicular force is what? This one and this one. That is F R plus FA cos theta. Now perpendicular force on this surface is FR is this 2IR A cos square theta by C plus this FA. FA is IA capital A by C cos theta, and this cos theta it gives cos square theta by C. So you can see this equation here, it implies this equation, the perpendicular force on the surfaces. Here what are the common terms? Look at the terms carefully. I capital A cos square theta by C are common terms, and here you have 2R, and here what is small a. This is the perpendicular force. That is the perpendicular force on this surface. If it is the perfect absorber, A equal to 1, R is 0. If it is the perfect reflector, R is 1, A is 0. Now the radiation pressure on this surface. The radiation pressure. Look at this. What is the radiation pressure on this surface? The perpendicular force. Radiation pressure. Radiation pressure is what? perpendicular force per unit area. So means this force by area. Write this area, this side you will have that equation I cos square theta by C into 2R plus A. This is the radiation pressure. And if you want to write the net force on this surface, what is the net force? Net force is what? This is a parallel component, perpendicular component. You can write a parallel component square plus perpendicular component square, like fx square plus fy square. This is the component along x direction. This is the component along y direction. It gives what? What is the parallel component? That one. Square of that. That gives I square, a capital A square, cos square theta, sin square theta by c square plus square of this. What is that square of this? So square of that is I square, a square, cos power 4 theta by c square of 2r plus a whole square. So that is the perpendicular component. Now you can write the net force on this surface is. Net force is, you can see the common terms from these both. I square you can write I outside. This a square you can write a outside, a, and cos square theta. Here one cos square theta, one cos theta will come out, and here c square c. So the remaining terms here, after taking this I and a square and this cos square theta and c square, the remaining terms here are a square sin square theta, and remaining terms here already we took I square outside and a square c square and one cos square theta is left, cos square theta of 2r plus a whole square. Clear? Or you can write this equation I a cos theta by c root of a square sin square theta plus this one you can write cos square theta, put a square plus 4r square plus 4ra gives I a cos theta by c root of, from these two terms a square sin square theta, a square cos square theta gives only a square, and here remaining terms from this 4r square cos square theta, 4ra cos square theta. This is the net force. Right? Net force on the surface.